start today lying on our backs. Get comfortable. So if your back feels great, especially your low back, you can let legs extend all the way out to the corners of the mat. If your back doesn't feel great, feel free to place something behind your knees to bring a little lift, a little less pull in the low back, or you can also just bend the knees, bring feet wide and knees resting against one another. And then let hands, arms rest wherever they feel comfortable, and go ahead and close your eyes. Pausing here to just check in. How are you feeling at this moment? Mentally, physically. What is the quality of your breath like? Is it wanting to come in and out through your mouth or in and out through your nose? Is it deep and relaxed? Or is it a little bit shallow? Then start to observe the breath. Get naturally a little slower, a little bit deeper. And as it does so, feel how the body responds. The body starts to relax. Relaxing the weight of your head down into the mat, so the muscles of your neck relax. Your upper back can relax here as the shoulders relax back towards the earth. Backs of shoulders, shoulder blades melting down. Can you feel the ease with which you can breathe here? Belly, ribs, chest, all easily able to expand up and out. Relaxing the back of your hips to the mat and relaxing hips in the socket. So if feet are extended out, the feet are just relaxing away from each other. A little bit of rotation in the hips. Legs can just get heavy. And then become aware of that sensation of breath traveling through your torso. So see if you can feel the belly rise up, feel the rib cage rise up and out, and the chest rise up. As you exhale, feel how they all just sink back and down towards the earth, letting it go. Maybe one more breath like this. And then let's just take a pencil stretch, a full body stretch. So extend out through the toes. If you had knees bent, go ahead and slide that support out from behind your knees. Extend through toes, extend through fingers. Get as tall as you possibly can. And then if it feels okay, we're going to create a crescent moon shape with the body. So we're going to actually scooch the feet over towards the right and the head and the arms over, reaching towards the right. So sort of a C shape there. Extending through that left side. You can also even cross the left ankle on top of the right if that feels good, or even place the left palm inside the right palm. And now really feel those ribs expanding, creating a little more space. And then we'll shift that back towards center. Take your time to shift everything now over towards the left. So feet towards the left, arms, head towards the left slightly. Again, optional to cross also the right ankle over the left or right palm inside the left. Deep breaths here. Create that space. And then shift everything back to neutral. And from here, we'll go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Give that a little squeeze, maybe a rock side to side. And then go ahead and bring the feet back down to the mat with knees bent. We're going to come into a bridge pose here. So palms down alongside the hips. We're going to start by tucking the tailbone slightly. So flattening out the lower back. And then we're going to press into those feet. Start to lift your hips, your pelvis up towards the sky until eventually you're on the upper back. Palms still pressing into the mat. So dynamic tension in those hands, those arms, as though they're helping to lift you up away from the earth towards the sky. A few breaths here and notice the breath. Your diaphragm is actually, it's working against your internal organs as they have reversed with gravity. So you've kind of hollowed out the belly as you breathe. One more deep breath in as you exhale. Go ahead and slowly roll all the way back down. From here, again, we'll hug the knees into the chest, maybe rock that side to side a few times. And then we're going to take our time and make our way up to child's pose. So you can either tuck hands behind the backs of the knees, rock forward and back coming up, or if that's just not a good option, rock to your side, make your way up, and then eventually sitting back on those heels, folding over those thighs, forehead maybe to the mat, maybe to our stacked fists. If forehead is comfortable to the mat, go and extend the hands, the arms out. A few deep, restful breaths here. And then if hands are stacked underneath the forehead, go and extend them out. Hands shoulder distance apart. Spreading the fingers wide, start gripping them out with the fingertips, knuckles, palms, and when you're ready, we'll tuck the toes, float those knees up from the mat into downward facing dog. Pausing there to just ease into that downward dog, so maybe pedal out the feet, work those heels a little closer to the mat, or while working opposite heel away from the mat, really stretching out the arches of the feet by pressing into the toes, the pad on the opposite foot. Alternating here. And then when you're ready, we're going to pause. And at no point do your heels need to touch the mat. So you don't need to walk the feet closer to your hands to bring those heels to the mat. Just pressing the heels into or towards the mat. So if your heels naturally do, just press them down firmly. We'll start squeezing the heels towards each other. So just again, without squeezing the heels, actually moving them in, imagine as though you are. So you're starting to feel the inner thighs, the insides of the legs fire up here. This actually helps support and stabilize our pelvis as we do this as well. So then shift awareness up into your tailbone. Tailbone is naturally tucked under, flattening out the low back. Maybe you tuck it even just slightly more. And then reaching through those arms, hips are really pressing back towards that back wall. So the weight is evenly distributed between the hands, between the feet. If it feels like a lot of weight is in the hands, you can always put bend into your knees to shift the weight back a little more. And again, without actually moving the elbows, start imagining as though elbows are coming closer. So firing up the insides. The arms, perhaps feeling your chest, your upper back engage even more here. And then still with this tension, we're going to inhale, bring the right heel up back behind you towards the sky. So 3-legged down dog. And bring that same intensity to that right leg. So flexing the foot. So instead of pointing toes, pulling the toes back. Maybe even spreading the toes wide. So a lot of tension in that right leg. And then inhale, straighten those toes. As you exhale, we're going to see if we can step the foot up towards the hands, finding our high lunge on the right side. Finding the proper placement for high lunge, we want the right knee stacked right above that right heel, that right ankle. So if it is not quite there, maybe there's a lot more bend in the knee, maybe the heel's coming back behind that knee, take a moment to scooch that forward. And then at any point, if it feels best to release the left knee down to the mat, you can do so, especially with a little extra cushion. Otherwise, keep that left knee lifting high, pressing that left heel back behind you. So strong left leg. If you want even more intensity, again, you can imagine as though the heel is squeezing towards the center. And then if it feels good, we'll inhale, sweep, reach the arms up towards the sky. Torso up, extending hands directly above the shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. So dynamic tension in the arms. Take a moment to let the shoulders rise. So really reach up, Shoulders also come up towards the ears slightly, and then let the shoulders get heavy. Let them sink down the back. Now feeling the opposite, them sinking down towards the earth, down towards your tailbone, broadening across the collarbones. From here, optional twist. At any point it feels best to just put your hands down to the mat for stability. Feel free to do so, but otherwise, bring palms together at the center of the chest, our prayer position, twisting towards that bent front knee, so towards the right, and left elbow or upper arm on top of that right thigh. You can press into the hands if deepening the twist feels like a good option. And still strong in that left leg and strong in the right leg. Really press down into that right foot, into that right heel. Maybe you can twist just a little bit deeper, especially down into the belly. On your next inhale, we're just going to unwind, place those hands back down to the mat. And then from here, we're going to step or walk back to downward facing dog. From downward dog, again, we'll take all of that tension into the body. So imagine as though heels are squeezing in closer while they at the same time squeeze down towards the earth. Squeezing, imagining elbows coming closer, and then inhale, strong left leg back behind us, flexing that foot. Maybe spread those toes wide, and then with an inhale, straighten the toes. Sweep that leg forward, find that high lunge. Again, take time to find that proper placement to protect the knee here. Left heel underneath the left knee. And then right leg strong, press that heel back, lift that knee high, or again, option to just drop down to that right knee if that feels better to you today. And then option to inhale, sweep, reach the torso up. So reaching through the crown of your head as well as those fingertips straight above the shoulders, reaching for the sky, spreading fingers wide. And again, inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears even. And then as you exhale, find the opposite, squeeze the shoulders down towards the earth, broadening across that upper back, engaging the upper back. Again, you can stay here, come out, or option to twist, hands come together, palm to palm at the center of the chest, twisting towards the left, releasing that right elbow or right tricep on top of that left thigh. And then again, maybe pressing a little more firmly into that left foot, twisting slightly deeper, palms pressing into each other, engaging the arms, engaging the muscles of your chest, your pectoral muscles. On the inhale, we will unwind, place those hands back down to the mat, step or walk back to downward facing dog. This time we're going to inhale, just sweep and reach the right leg up and back, reaching through the toes, and then go ahead and step that back forward to that lunge. We will inhale now with the breath, sweep the torso up, reach through the arms. Exhale into our twist towards the right, hands at prayer position. Inhale, unwind, place the hands, step back to downward facing dog. And then left side, inhale, left leg up and back, reaching back through the toes. Exhale to step it forward, finding high lunge. Inhale to sweep, reach the torso up. Exhale, prayer position to the left. Twisting, inhale, unwind, place the hands. This time we'll go ahead and step forward to forward fold. So step or walk it forward. And as always with our first forward fold, put a lot of bend in the knees if that feels best. Or maybe it's just the micro bend here. Maybe your body's already warm, your back already feels limber. And then we'll take a moment, maybe sway it around a little bit. And then from here, we're going to inhale, sweep, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, let the hands come down to the center of the chest. Pausing to rest and breathe here. And then we're going to do some sun salutations from here. So at any point you feel best just pausing and resting, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we're going to start with hands together at the center of the chest, prayer position, standing in our mountain. We're going to inhale, tall mountain, extend up through those fingertips. Exhale, folding it forward. From here, we're going to inhale half high. So slide the hands up the fronts of the legs, parallel the torso to the earth. Exhale, fold it back forward a little more deeply. And then we're going to inhale, step that right leg back. So finding high lunge on the left side first. Exhale, we're going to step the left foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, we're going to come forward to a modified plank. So shift shoulders above the wrists, release the knees. Exhale, we're going to lower the chest all the way down to the floor. And then inhale, slide the chest forward, keep palms pressing, lifting up into maybe just a low cobra first. Exhale, press back up through modified plank, lift the knees all the way up to downward dog. Inhale, step right foot forward. Exhale, stepping forward to forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide, stand, reach it all the way up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands back to the center of the chest. Inhale, extend, reach up, tall mountain. Exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, come half high. Exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, step left leg back, high lunge on the right. Exhale, step right back to meet the left, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward, release the knees, modified plank. Exhale, lower the chest down to the mat. Inhale, slide the chest forward and up, away from the mat into that cobra, pressing hips, pelvis down. Exhale, lift the chest back up, modified plank all the way up to downward dog. Inhale, stepping left foot forward. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, sweep, reach it all the way up. Exhale, hands back down to the chest. And we will continue. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, come half high. Exhale, folding it forward deeply. Inhale, stepping right foot back. Exhale, stepping left foot back. Inhaling forward, modified plank. Exhale to lower to the earth. Inhale to lift the head, the chest towards the sky. Exhale to press those hips back to downward dog towards the sky. Inhale, step right foot forward. Exhale, stepping to forward fold. Inhale, sweep, reach it up. Exhale, hands slide down to the center of your chest. Inhale, extend, reach. Exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, step left leg back. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, modified plank. Exhale to lower to the earth. Inhale to lift the spine, the torso, I should say, the chest. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, stepping to forward fold. Inhale, sweep, reach it up. Exhale, hands to the chest. And through each side, just 2 more times. We'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, right leg steps back. Exhale, left back, downward dog. Inhale, modified plank. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale to find that arch, press into the tops of the feet, pelvis as you peel the chest up. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Press those hips back. Inhale, right leg steps forward, high lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep, reach it up. Exhale, hands to the chest. Inhale, extend, tall mountain. Exhale, swan diving towards the earth. Inhale, half high. Exhale, folding it deeply. Inhale, left leg steps back. Exhale, right back, downward dog. Inhale, coming forward, modified plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale to arch. Exhale, pressing it back. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to the chest. One more time on each side if you've got it in you. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale, left back, press back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward, modified plank. Exhale, lowering to the earth. Inhale to find that arch. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand, reach, extend up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the chest. Last flow, inhale, extend. Exhale, folding it forward. Inhale, half high. Exhale, folding deeply. Inhale, step the left leg back. Exhale, right, downward dog. Inhaling forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale to find that arch. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left leg forward. Exhale, right forward to meet the left. Inhale all the way, stand, reach it up through crown of head, through fingertips. Exhale, hands at prayer position in front of the chest. Pausing here to rest and breathe. Maybe find a focal point in front of you, a drishti, a spot that's not moving. Focusing your gaze. And then let awareness spread through the body. Notice how the breath is most likely sped up, but hopefully is also deeper. Notice how the body is warm. And we've actually moved the body in a bit of every direction. If ever you don't have time for a full practice, just doing your sun salutations and a relaxation, a final relaxation would be enough. We've stretched the hips, we've stretched the back, the spine. The feet have flexed and pressed. Flexion and extension through all parts of the body. And then from here, keeping that drishti, that focal point, we're just going to move into an easy tree pose. Maybe palms stay at the center of the chest. Bend the left knee, spin the knee out wide, and then left foot wherever it feels best. So maybe heel to the inside of the ankle, toes are a little kickstand on the mat. Maybe we bring it up to the lower leg, pressing against the inside of that calf muscle, or up high above the knee, pressing to that inner thigh. If you're feeling stable here, then focus on left knee really opening wide, so big rotation in the hip, tucking the tailbone slightly, and then pressing that foot and that leg firmly into each other, which is why we do not want that foot pressing anywhere to the inside of the knee. We definitely don't want to injure any of these muscles, tendons, ligaments that hold the knee in place where we want it. If you're still feeling stable, extending through the crown of your head. Maybe feel your rib cage lift up slightly away from your pelvis. Shoulders can relax back and down. One more deep breath in as you exhale. Release the leg. Feel free to stretch out the foot, the ankle. When you're ready, find that drishti. And now tree on the left leg. So spin the right knee open wide, knee bent. Placing that right foot where it feels best here. Again, just not to the inside of the knee. Once you find that place, and again, maybe we're struggling with balance, and that's okay. The muscles are working really hard to create really that stability that you need. Or if you are feeling stable, then really open that right knee out wide. So big rotation in that hip. Foot and leg pressing into each other. So not just foot pressing into the leg, but the leg pressing back. Tuck the tailbone slightly. Maybe extending all the way up through your spine, through the crown of your head. Feeling very tall here, but shoulders relaxing back and down. And then with your next exhale, we'll release that foot. Go ahead and inhale, stretch, reach it all the way up. Exhale, back to forward fold. This time we'll step, walk, or hop those feet back to downward facing dog. And then we'll bend the knees, release that down to child's pose, untuck those toes, sit those hips back, forehead down to rest. And then from here, we're going to see if dolphin feels like a good pose. So we're going to release the forearms down to the mat. We're going to bring elbows shoulder distance apart. Sometimes people have a tendency to really bring those elbows out wide. So bringing them in slightly. You can even measure this by wrapping your palms around your elbows, and then right about where your middle knuckle bends around the elbows, about shoulder distance. So keeping those elbows there, and then bring hands forward into a triangle. Interlace the fingers here. And then we're pressing that blade, that edge of the forearms and the edge of the palms down into the mat, as well as that pinky finger. So from here, we'll tuck the toes just like downward facing dog. We can start with a lot of bend in the knees. If it feels good, we're going to really press into those forearms to send the hips back towards the back wall. So shoulders are not stacked above the elbows. They're pressing back towards the back of the mat behind those elbows. So a lot of upper back engagement here. And if this is already intense enough, you can stay or come out, or you can really press those heels again down towards the mat, just like downward dog. Again, they do not need to touch. In fact, they probably won't. And then squeeze as though those heels are coming in closer towards each other. So again, fire up those inner thighs, and you might even feel the abdominals engage when you do this. Just one more deep breath in. As you exhale, we're just going to release that back down to child's pose. Untuck those toes, release the hips back, forehead down, maybe arms forward, or maybe in a fetal position with hands back alongside the feet, palms rolling up towards the sky. A few breaths here, relaxing now that upper back. That was a lot of engagement across the upper back, the shoulder blades. If hands are back by the feet, you can really let the shoulder blades separate. And then we will slowly roll ourselves up to seated. And then I'm actually just going to have you roll right back down onto your back, like when we started. So first, hug the knees into your chest once you're down on your spine. Feel free to rock that side to side a little bit. And then from here, we're going to bring feet into touch, moving into supine butterfly. Let the knees drop open wide. We're going to pause and breathe here in this butterfly pose. And we're actually going to engage in a different way than we normally would in a supine butterfly. Normally in supine butterfly, we're just fully relaxing. But I want you to engage a little bit. I want you to press those soles of the feet into each other. Feel how that fires up, not just the muscles in your hips, but the muscles across your lower belly and your pelvis, your pelvic bowl. Keep pressing there. And then actually, wherever your knees are, we're going to lift them about an inch higher from the mat. An inch higher towards the sky. Still pressing those feet into each other. Your legs, your knees may start to shake. That is okay. That is normal. They may be shaking a little, maybe not shaking at all, or maybe they're really bouncing like butterfly wings. Lift those knees just about another inch or so higher, still pressing soles of the feet into each other. One more breath, and then stop pressing the soles of the feet into each other. Just let them rest against one another like a normal supine butterfly pose. We'll let the legs get heavy, let them relax towards the earth. If it feels best to bring the knees right back up at this point, feel free to. Just a few more breaths. And then from here, if you're ready, we're going to come down for final relaxation. So go ahead and extend the legs out. Heels to the corners of the mat, or again, just like when we started, feel free to support the low back with something behind the knees or to keep knees bent. Hands out alongside the torso, maybe a few inches out from the hips, palms rolling up to the sky. And if you do have an eye pillow to place over your eyes, you can go ahead and do so now. I relax my feet and ankles. My feet and ankles are completely relaxed. I relax my shins, calves, and knees. My shins, calves, and knees are completely relaxed. I relax my thighs and hamstrings. My thighs and hamstrings are completely relaxed. I relax my hips and pelvis. My hips and pelvis are relaxed. I relax my hands and wrists. My hands and wrists are relaxed. I relax my forearms, elbows, and upper arms. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are completely relaxed. I relax my upper back, middle back, and lower back. My upper, middle, and lower back are completely relaxed. I relax through my abdomen and ribs. My abdomen and ribs are completely relaxed. I relax through my chest and shoulders. My chest and shoulders are completely relaxed. I relax through my neck, face, and jaw. My neck, face, and jaw are completely relaxed. I allow my entire body to fully relax. My entire body is fully and completely relaxed. Slowly start to bring awareness back into your body. First by noticing that sensation of breath, traveling in, expanding outward. And as you exhale, it just releases back out, melting you back into the earth. Notice a few breaths here, and then let awareness fall into the center of your palms or the space between your fingers. Notice any sensations or vibrations happening here. And then bring in little wiggles, little stretches, little movements, whatever feels right. Maybe it starts in wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe eventually it becomes a full body pencil stretch, or maybe it's a hug of your knees into your chest. Take your time. Eventually, when that feels complete, you can rock yourself over to your right side, pausing and resting there for a few moments, a few breaths. And take as long as you need on your side. Just eventually, when that feels complete, you can start to press yourself up to whatever seated position feels most comfortable at this moment. Once you find that seated position, let your hands, your arms, again, find a place to rest, whether that's resting on top of the thighs, maybe the edge of the knees, or down in your lap. Feel how the shoulders are naturally relaxing down towards the earth, away from the ears. The spine feels long, but effortless. The legs, the hips can relax and be heavy here. And the breath is slow, deep, and relaxed. Perhaps the thoughts in the mind have stilled slightly, or just slowed their pace. Take a moment to feel gratitude for your ability to practice, for your amazing body, for everything that it allows you to do every day that you take for granted. Getting out of bed, brushing your own teeth, going to the bathroom on your own. Not everyone has these luxuries. So from here, we'll connect the palms together at the center of the chest. I am grateful for you as well. It is always my honor to teach you. Namaste.